Hollywood has completely run out of original ideas. In this episode, we're going to talk about 3 episodes of The Twilight Zone that heavily influenced major motion pictures. Are we going to agree, Bruce?
No.
Tune in anyway to Just Beneath the Surface. Hi, I'm Brian.
And I'm Bruce.
And this is episode 24 of Just Beneath the Surface.
Yes, we finally made it to 24.
Bruce,
closing in on 25.
A quick reminder, Bruce, what is Just Beneath the Surface?
We're honoring Rod Serling in the original Twilight Zone series, 1959 to I think 1964. 64.
Yeah, we get that wrong every time.
I think it's 63 or 64. 156 episodes, we know that. But we love, both myself and Brian, love the original Twilight Zone. We're not too crazy about the ones that came after.
No, not at all. But
and we also believe those things that in those episodes apply today, still apply today.
Those stories are still relevant, yes.
Yes.
And we discussed a lot of them here on Just Beneath the Surface. And we do a couple of different formats. Sometimes we'll focus on one specific episode and we'll talk about what we like about it and how it's still relevant. And other times,
counterpoint and all that I'd lose. And
that's another one of my favorites, yes. We'll argue back and forth over one specific episode.
We'll discuss, yes.
But oftentimes we like to do a theme as well. Like last year we did Love in the Twilight Zone.
Love boat.
Yes, we discussed a variety of episodes that had love as a theme and how you don't want to find love in the Twilight Zone.
Question, was Rod Serling ever on the Love Boat?
No, he was not.
Ah, bummer.
Okay, and we're doing another themed episode today, and
yes.
This actually came out of another episode that we did. Longtime viewers may remember that just a few episodes ago, we did an examination of the episode Little Girl Lost, in which we asked the question, is it a hidden gem? And
I think so. We think so.
The plot of that episode, not to bore the viewers, but the little girl...
You're doing a good job, though.
Sorry. We noticed that episode resembled the 1982 movie Poltergeist. Because
yes.
You have a little girl who goes missing in the house, and there's spiritual...
Into some void.
Right.
Where nobody can see her, but they can hear her.
Yes, and then later on we did a look at the episode called 22, and we noticed how the plot of that was kind of like the movie Final Destination, in that you have somebody who's seeing death, and they get off the plane at the last minute, and the plane blows up.
Have a premonition of what's the bad is going to happen.
Exactly. So this got us thinking, what other Twilight Zone episodes has Hollywood adapted into large screen movie adaptations that we think, back and forth?
Well, you got you thinking.
Okay.
I only have 2 brain cells.
Oh, that's true.
I got to rub them together.
So we came up with 3. We actually think of more, but we're going to talk about 3 in this episode. And Bruce, why don't you kick us off? What is the first episode we want to talk about on today's show?
I hate tough questions like this. Oh, Living Doll.
Yes.
In season 5, episode 6.
Telly Savalas. It's a classic.
Starring Telly Savalas as a real jerk.
My name is Talky Tina, and I don't like you very much.
Oh, gosh.
Everybody knows this one, even if you've never seen it, because Talky Tina has become a part of our pop culture.
Yes, and it's one, if you ever see the Twilight Zone marathons, it's that and the 20,000 feet and thing that, and to serve man, you be dead. And Talking Tina is all.
Talky Tina.
And I think they only have like 6 or 7 the dolls.
Yeah.
And Talking Tina is one of them. They don't have dolls for every episode.
Right. Now,
and Talking Tina was one of them.
Dolls that come to life are a common theme in both the Twilight Zone and in Hollywood.
Really, my friend?
Yes. I mean, there have been a number of other Twilight
Name one
Zone.
Movie.
Well, I can name 8 off the top of my head.
Name one.
We noticed that Talky Tina bears a striking resemblance to Chucky in the Child's Play movies, which later became that's simply called the Chucky movies. To date, there's 8 of those.
It's called Child's Play, right?
Yes.
Child's Play.
And in both Living Doll and a Child's Play, you have a doll that comes to life with murderous intentions. But how do they differ? Bruce, what really is the plot of Living Doll? Get us started with that.
Living Doll is Telly Savalas is a stepdad married to this woman. And
you're not my daughter.
I wanted to say that. You're not my daughter. Because the girl goes, Daddy, can I keep this doll? Daddy, I'm not your daddy.
It's okay, I charged it, Eric. I know you charged it, but how much was it?
Yeah, just tell me that. So Telly Savalas plays a really jerk into the little girl Christy, and she goes out. The mother and daughter go in, and she buys a doll and tries to sneak it by Telly Savalas, but he catches them. And so Telly Savalas goes, "Oh, it's too much money and all this," and he's
got
mean.
enough dollies.
And he's really mean to Christy, the little girl, which even to me, in modern times, abusive parents, it really ticks me off.
You're really looking forward to his comeuppance at this point.
So Talking Tina is saying things. Hi, I'm Talking Tina, and I love you.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Talking Tina. Can we play?
And
then the mother and the daughter go away, and Telly Savalas and goes, "Hi, I'm Talky Tina, and I don't think I like you."
And fast forward 20 years to 1980, or 30 years to the movie Child's Play, because the doll in that movie, Chucky, you pull his cord and he says pretty much the same thing.
Nice things, yes. Hi, I'm Chucky. Do you want to play?
You're my best friend.
Oh, very good.
Yes, because he's called a good guy. It's the good guy doll line.
I forgot that. That's true.
Yes, and but only the boy knows that there is something else going on.
He eventually finds out because Chucky starts getting self-aware and all this.
So here's how the two plots are very similar in that in each story there's only one person who sees the doll's murderous intent, and everybody else in that circle says, "Oh, you're crazy. I know what you're talking about."
Right, the doll's just like,
come on.
And of course, a lot of people, even myself, you get a doll sitting there and it's just looking at you like this, you kind of go,
yeah,
I'm going to keep looking at it for like an hour and see if it moves.
And in Child's Play, the mom is played by the very beautiful Catherine Hicks, who is most famous for Star Trek IV, The Voyage Home. She plays the mom in that episode, and she tells the cops, "You got to believe me, the doll's killing people." And the guy says, "I'm sane, I'm rational. I know the doll is not killing people." The same thing happens in Living Doll, because Telly Savalas is like, "Did you put a microphone in that doll? Are you calling me?"
How did you get her to say, "I don't like you"?
And she's, "Eric, you're insane. Nobody believes this."
Yeah, and just before I forget, the Christy, the little girl, it wasn't necessarily her voice all the time. It was the voice of June Foray.
June Foray.
Who also did what?
No, June Foray did the voice of the doll.
Oh, the doll. I'm sorry.
She did the voice of the doll.
But June Foray was also the voice of Rocky.
Rocky the Flying Squirrel.
Rocky the Flying Squirrel. Mm-hmm. So it goes on. Okay, go ahead.
And we actually mentioned this when we talked about Little Girl Lost. We mentioned the fact that Tina, who appeared in that episode, her character's name was Tina. She does the in this episode of Living Doll, she plays the little girl who gets the doll. That was the weird coincidence. She's in both episodes. But anyway.
Exactly. So it goes on, and at one point, Telly Savalas takes the doll, goes out into the garage, and puts it in a trash can, and seals it up, and puts a big brick on top of it.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he goes, "That's it for that stupid doll. They're not going to tell me what to do." And then he comes back. He goes into Christy's little girl's room and goes,
"Right,
the freaking doll's there. What the mother bitch?"
Right. And, well, anyway,
was that happened? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
But as the episode ends, we got to move forward a little bit.
Okay. Right.
As the episode ends, Telly Savalas falls down the stairs. And,
no!
Yes.
He hears something, and he's walking upstairs.
Right.
And Talking Tina is right there on the first landing.
Right.
And supposedly she has like a little hand out.
Right.
And so Telly Savalas trips on Talking Tina.
Right. And at this point, as Telly Savalas is dead on the floor, the doll finally wakens up to the other two and says, "You better start treating me right," which is very similar to what happens in Child's Play.
How?
Well, in that...
Sorry for that,
but in that, Catherine Hicks finally realizes what's going on. She,
But in that one, the difference I see is that Talking Tina was, to me, a good person, not a bad person. Like Chucky is just killing for the sake of killing. Like if you see Chucky and his bride, they're like the born killers with Woody Harrelson. They're just going out and killing people.
You have to put Telly Savalas' personality aside, because at the end, Talky Tina says to the two nice people, "You better start treating me nice."
Right, which I think is a good line. But before that, the mother and the daughter had never treated the doll badly. So it's just a little different, but it was a great ending, a great saying at the end.
We think Living Doll inspired the Child's Play saga, or at least I do.
Yeah, and I believe, but I would also say another doll movie that came out later was called Dead Silence, and I don't think you guys have seen it, but if you watch the movie Dead Silence, about, again, dolls coming to life, and the first 10 minutes of that movie, one of the scariest things I've seen. And I watch a lot of sci-fi horror. I mean, ones I still original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Toby Hooper directed it, and the movie Hostel by Eric, I forget his name, Eli Roth. Those two movies still, to this day, I watch and skid, and even You Be Good, that one still scares me, but the first 10 minutes of dead silence, okay, I just want to say that's another one.
So let's move it on. We're going to talk about the second episode here.
What is that second episode?
It's from the fifth season. Yes, it's from the fifth season, and it's called From Agnes with Love.
Episode 20.
And this is one that last year when we did the love theme, I wanted to put this in there, but we just didn't have time for it because it's a very unusual love story out of the Twilight Zone, in which you have Wally Cox, who plays a very...
Who plays Wally Cox, basically.
Basically, yeah. He's a very famous character actor. Most famous for being the voice of Underdog on that 1960s cartoon.
How's that go? Underdog? No.
Yeah, so anyway, he is a computer programmer.
Polly Purebred. Wasn't it?
The world's most sophisticated computer, nicknamed Agnes. And as our episode begins, Agnes's current programmer is frazzled. He doesn't know. He's like been. It's like he's had a nervous breakdown or something.
Yeah. And who was that guy?
Anyway, Mr. Drysdale.
Anyway,
Mr. Drysdale from the bank brings in Wally Cox, and he says,
"I'll give you that one.
You've got to take over because Don Kiefer here, who last time we saw him was in the episode.
Get a bottle or a lamp or something and hit him over the head, please."
Exactly.
I want to listen to Perry Como.
Don Kiefer is underused in this episode because he's only on screen long enough to be recognized.
That he went crazy from Agnes.
Crazy. So anyway, Agnes now has a new programmer, Wally Cox, and his character name is, refresh my memory. Elwood.
Elwood,
yes. And
not Jake and Elwood, Blues Brothers.
No. So Elwood is he's interested in this woman named Millie, and they work in the same company.
Very nice looking.
By the way, they work in some sort of military construct where they're trying to come up with information on a Venus probe and missile launches. We don't know exactly who they're working for. It's some sort of government organization.
It's a scientific, like how fast you can get to the moon and all kind of stuff. So Agnes actually does produce it's almost like Jeopardy, where the card goes away and there's the answer. Yeah. It's not a screen.
So Wally is interested in Millie, but in the beginning, Millie is not that interested. And anyway, later on in the episode, she kind of goes back and forth whether she likes him or not. But
doesn't he bring her candy?
He brings
and flowers?
her candy. Yes,
and she's like,
Agnes's advice.
Thank you.
Agnes is giving him advice on this. But anyway, the whole plot of this episode is that Agnes is giving him love advice when it turns out that Agnes is really in love with Wally himself.
Right, just like she was in love with the previous guy, probably.
Yes.
Don Kiefer.
Now, I believe, and I've convinced Bruce of this fact, that this is a very, very similar plot to a 1984 movie called Electric Dreams.
Which I had never heard of until,
Yes, in which a very unknown actor.
Oh, no. Yeah, Virginia Madsen.
Virginia Madsen is she's the one in that movie who went on to bigger things. But the guy who's
Candyman,
and Sideways, and
sister of Michael Madsen.
And so anyway,
go ahead.
Lenny Von Dolen is the actor in that movie, and he didn't. Anyway, he buys a computer and. He brings it home, and there's an accident or some sort, and it comes to life, and it starts being like his matchmaker.
It becomes sentient, or as they say, metacognition, or something like that.
Yes, it becomes sentient.
And it happens because he poured champagne or something on it, because it was overloading or something like that.
And he tried to download too much information. There's a whole hodgepodge of information going on here, but bottom line is the computer comes to life, and it starts giving Lenny Von Dolen advice on how to woo Virginia Madsen.
Right, who lives upstairs, and she's, of course, a cellist.
But the computer also has eyes for Virginia Madsen himself. And again, this is just what we talked about in From Agnes with Love.
In Electric Dreams, the movie, didn't the computer have eyes for Elwood?
No, there's no Elwood in the movie.
Whatever his name was.
Not for the guy. He had eyes for Virginia Madsen because the computer was very male.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the computer had a male voice. I forget who did it, but you know
Bud Cort.
By the way, probably.
Bud Cort, who did the movie Harold and Maude.
Oh.
About the real young kid marries the real old lady and all that.
Quick sidebar.
Cat Stevens music. Go ahead.
Electric Dreams has a great soundtrack by Jeff Lynne of ELO. And if you've never heard it, I do recommend it. Yes.
Get the Jeff Lynne with the Wizard of Oz thing on the front.
Yes.
And just to go even further down, I know we're wasting time, but he can play 12 instruments, Jeff Lynne. Very good.
So in both cases, both From Agnes with Love and Electric Dreams, the computer gives bad advice to the human being
on purpose. With intention.
But in the end, true love wins out in both cases.
Well, no, it doesn't.
It does. Well, what happens if from Agnes with love?
Wally Cox, who the Agnes loves, goes crazy, just like the other guy. So Agnes doesn't get Wally Cox, whereas in Electric Dreams, the computer doesn't get the girl.
No, but
the guy gets the girl.
The guy gets
and the computer
girl.
Kills itself.
Yeah.
And then later on, I forgot what to say.
Well, the computer doesn't really kill itself. There's an after credits, or not really an after credits scene, but there's a scene at the end that it's alive.
Really?
Yes. So
okay.
Anyway,
he's the expert.
We think that From Agnes with Love, which by the way is an underrated episode, we think it's very similar in that it inspired the movie Electric Dreams. And Bruce, what is the third episode we want to talk about today?
I'm going to give this one a shot. I think it's The After Hours.
The After Hours.
Did I get that right?
Very good. Yes, you got it right.
With who starring?
Anne Francis, who was very famous for her Western career with, was it John Wayne?
No, she did a Western when she was really young, like 17 or 18. It was either with Glenn Ford or Henry Fonda.
Okay.
And she's very, but she's done a lot of other stuff.
Yes, so Anne Francis, and in this she plays who? What's her name is Marsha Black.
No.
Yes.
Marsha White.
Marsha Black.
Marsha White.
Okay, we'll put it right down here.
Take bets on it. I say white.
Okay. Anyway, and by the way,
so she goes to a department store and she's looking for a gold thimble.
A gold thimble for her mother.
Say gold thimble 3 times fast.
Gold thimble.
No, you're supposed to say gold thimble 3 times fast.
You just did.
Say gold thimble 3 times.
I don't need to say it.
Anyway, she goes to the department store and gets looking for a gold thimble. And
I'm going to throw this in. She gets on the elevator, and there's an elevator operator back in the time when they had those, and he's got a very wooden personality. He does, very much so. And he takes her up to where?
The 9th floor, which does come by.
But if you look at the needle on the elevator up above, it only goes to 8.
8. Well, then it goes to R,
yes.
Meaning roof.
So there's no 9.
It actually goes, when you're watching it, it actually goes past the R. Mm-hmm. And so, and it was, he tells Anne Francis, well, this is he tells Marsha White, this is the express elevator. So she gets off and looks around, and there's nothing there.
No,
everything's empty.
You forget, there's a mannequin who says, "Room for one more, honey."
No.
Oh, I'm sorry, wrong episode.
Wrong episode. I almost fell down on that one. I almost really did.
Yeah.
I'm going, where's he going with that? But everything's empty except for there's one woman over there. Yeah. She goes, "May I help you?" And she goes, "Yeah, I'm looking for a gold thimble for my mother." "Oh, we may have one over here." And everything's empty except for there's one gold thimble sitting right there. And she goes, "Here, take a look at this."
You just happen to have the one thing that I need in a completely deserted room.
Right, and she's questioning that. And then as she pays cash, and the person who sold it to her goes, "Are you happy, Marsha?
Right.
Are you happy?"
Well,
he goes, "What kind of question is that?" And you find out later why she asked that.
Right. So we go through the department store, and we notice that there are a lot of mannequins throughout this place.
Of course, like any department store. And a lot of stiff people. You know what I mean?
There's a very funny scene.
Stiff?
Yes.
Okay.
There's a very funny scene where Marsha is standing among this sea of mannequins, and it's like they're Jan Brady because they kept saying, "Marsha, Marsha, Marsha," back.
Oh, that's
Marsha.
going past there.
Yes.
But can I just reel that back for a second? I know when she goes down and she's talking to the manager of the store that she wants to return the gold thimble because it's damaged.
Yeah.
And she goes, "Who sold it to you? Who sold it to you?"
Yeah.
And she sees the person who sold it to her up on the 9th floor. And she goes, "There she is, miss, miss, miss." And all of a sudden, that person over there, you see another guy come over and pick her up and turn her around, and she's a mannequin. And the best scene of the movie, I think, when Anne Francis goes, she's wicked scared.
So by now you probably know which movie we say this inspired. The 1987 film Mannequin, starring Kim Cattrall and Andrew McCarthy.
Missed it, but I agree with you.
You agree. Okay.
I saw the trailer.
It's a very similar concept. I mean, you've got a mannequin, where else would it be but in a department store, who comes to life, and for some odd reason...
It could be in Frodo's house.
Could be.
Remember Frodo from what movie? Remember Frodo?
I don't know.
But anyway, he was in the movie Maniac.
I have no idea.
He collects mannequins, and he kills women, and then he chops off their hair and puts the hair on the mannequin. But Frodo, the little hobbit.
In Mannequin, Kim Cattrall is just a few years before she became a big name in that stupid show Sex and the City, which probably half our
so he can say stupid show, but I can't talk about Frodo.
Yeah, well, it's off topic.
So is it?
So
it's a stupid show. Okay.
Kim Cattrall is a mannequin who comes to life. There's some ancient Egyptian curse multiverse involved. I don't know. It's a pretty stupid movie, but it actually got a sequel, Mannequin 2, if you can believe that.
I know, but in the Twilight Zone episode, Marsha finally goes up back up to the 9th floor, and all the mannequins start to say, Marsha, and not like Jan Brady, but Marsha. And all of a sudden, they all come to life, which is kind of spooky if you ever saw the first. And they all kind of surround her, and they go, "Do you remember what you are?" And she's kind of trying to remember. We'll all help you, Marsha. We'll all help you. And so she goes, "I'm a mannequin. You go, "Yes." And we're all allowed to go out for 30 days out into the real world and act like real people. And you stayed over another day.
You're late.
And you're late. And I lost one of my days. And so, no harm, no foul. And the best thing is when the guy, the elevator operator, goes, "Marsha, did you have fun?" She goes, and it's kind of sad because she goes, "Yes, so much fun, so much fun." And she just stops like that in Mannequin, like that.
And then we pull back, and we see the mannequin.
Oh, can you hear it?
And we hear the geese, yes. So
is that Marsha White?
No.
It's not Marsha Black, I'll tell you that.
Those are just 3 episodes that we think inspired movies.
One more thing about After Hours?
No. Okay, go ahead.
That at the very end, the store manager is walking by, and Marsha White is now a mannequin in the store. And he knows her from being a real person before. And he sees her, and he looks at the camera, and he goes, "No." And the mannequin of Marsha White, of Anne Francis, which looks just like her, the real Anne Francis actually kept that head, and she has it in her house. Or I know she's passed away now, I believe, but she probably gave it to her kids. But wouldn't it be great to have that?
And by years from now, I plan to keep your head on display in my home.
He's going to what's that place out in California?
Alcor,
where they freeze your head.
Yeah,
they actually froze Ted Williams' head.
Ted Williams, yes.
But they're gonna freeze my head and say, Neanderthal, civilized man.
There you go.
So
those are 3 episodes we think inspired Hollywood movies.
Yes, we do. We truly, and they're very good episodes.
And as always, we always take suggestions here. So if you have a suggestion for an episode you'd like us to do, please drop it here in the comments, and we'd be happy to discuss it.
Please send them through, but no more themes. I'm kidding. We like theme shows. So
good stuff. Let's wrap this up. This is episode 24. I am Brian.
I am Bruce.
And we are
Just Beneath the Surface.
Thanks.
Bye.